y'all, and welcome back to the channel. How are y'all doing tonight? You guys already know what it is. We are back to talk The Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat, which aired on Hulu last week. And yeah, we're going to get into it, but I am not doing this alone. So before I say hello to everyone in the chat, let's bring up who we want to bring up first. Let's bring up Tyra at over at Struggle Reviews TV. How you doing, friend? How you doing today?
I'm awesome. I'm hungry, ready to go eat at Earl's buffet. You know what I'm saying?
Not the buffet, the buffet. Okay, Kay Bly over there at Fifth Wall Studios. How are you doing today, friend?
Hey, I'm good. I made it. My sound works. My video works. We good.
A win is a win. So y'all, I'm not gonna belabor the point at all, but let's say hello to everyone who has come through so far. My good sis Latoya W says, everyone come on in, hit that like, share, and subscribe button in that order, right? Like Mama D said. Thank you so much. Critical Thinker, hey, welcome. Hey Breeze, we definitely are about to get all into it. The good, bad, and the other, you know what I mean? Pretty girl Danny. Hey y'all, making my way through all the panel's channels. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment after the live stream. Pretty girl, you already know what it is, and we appreciate you for always showing up. Dread Shinobi, hey chat, hey Miss J, welcome. Yes, and to all the sweet peas, hello. Hey, let's see. Hey Diana, Brian, welcome. Hey Candy, please do the big three. Yes, all of the above. Darfalina, welcome. Thank you for coming back on today. But yeah, y'all, so I really wanted to watch this movie. I was excited. Y'all know I'm excited for everything Black, right? It comes out and I'm like, I gotta watch it. I gotta make sure and see what we're doing in the community and in the artistic space. And we started right here. So we're gonna get right into it. But first, I want to know from you two ladies, overall thoughts. And I'm gonna start with Kay. Because I'm gonna go to Tyra last. I'm gonna start with Kay first. Kay, what were your overall thoughts of this film?
I feel like this was a. Y'all see me now? We good?
We can hear you.
It's fine.
Okay. I feel like this was like one of those feel-good summer movies. Even though it dropped towards the end of the summer, this is one of those movies that you like get together with your friends and watch. This is a movie that you can watch with your mom on a Sunday. I actually went into this movie blind. When y'all put out, I had no idea what the premise was, anything like that. But I'm a supporter of Aunjanue Ellis, Sanaa Lathan, and what is her name?
Uzo.
Uzo. Yeah, I love all of them. So I said, you know what? Oh, and Mekhi Phifer is in the movie. I said, you know what? I pretty much trust whatever they put out. So I'm glad I watched it.
Yay. And we watched this all together, y'all. And if y'all could see the behind the scenes footage of that night, listen, hilarious. I'm coming to you next, Tyra. What say you? Overall thoughts of the film?
Had a lot of promise. There was plenty of potential there. I really love seeing all these fresh-faced actresses and actors that I've never seen. I love a good new talent. Hope to see all of these young ladies again and watch them develop. Always pulling up for Angela. I don't care what Aunjanue Ellis is selling. I'm gonna be there every time, along with the talents of Mekhi Phifer. But I feel like this movie suffered from so many tonal shifts. It was kind of giving me Kingdom Come, Death at a Funeral energy, while at the same time trying to, go through a Beaches type of moment and have us crying. Well, not me, just Ashley. But overall, like collectively as a whole story, it didn't stick on me the way I was hoping that it would. Not enough for it to kind of stand the test of time and have me, revisit it multiple times. Because I would love one of those. It was a little forgetful for me, but it was a lot of things that I also really enjoyed about the movie as well.
Okay. Yeah, and we're gonna chop it up and cut it up. Overall, I totally think that this is a feel-good movie. This was something where you don't really have to worry about being overcome with Black trauma. It's kind of nice sometimes to be able to turn off your brain. I actually really enjoyed the juxtaposition of like tragedy and laughter, just because in my own life, like with my own friends in real life, like we cut up. My friend could be going through the worst thing. She could be going through a divorce, and I'm a crack a joke, and we're gonna laugh at the most inopportune times. And I think we got to grasp that. Were there issues? Absolutely. But overall, I enjoyed it. I would watch it with my aunties, with my nieces. Like it would be something that we could get together to talk about. Hey, Breeze, thank you so much for showing love. We appreciate that. Looking forward to this discussion. I hope we have a good discussion. I know we will. And hey, Nikki. For the $5 super chat. Now, why y'all never watched a movie with me? Y'all know I got a troll stopping through to show support. I appreciate you so much coming through with the super chat. We got to make it happen. Listen, we need to get on the StreamYard and make it shake. So
we didn't even know it was one of those random things. I blame Tyra. She said, "What is this movie? Is it up here? Let's watch. Let me just cut the movie on."
cut the movie on. So let's talk about the good and the bad. So for me, again, it was lighthearted. I feel like they did tell a complete story. We got to see a proper Black love story go through the ages. How often do you get to see a non-toxic Black love story, right? Because Odette didn't have no struggle love. Y'all drop it in the comment and let us know what you liked and didn't like about it. And like I said, I enjoyed the juxtaposition. I like, the tragedy kind of being framed near laughter. The bad for me, and I won't even, well, maybe, okay. For the top theatrics, there were certain unbelievable storylines. There were some unexplored subplots. A lot of stuff went wild in the margins, right? And we never really, like Barbara Jean and the whole unaliving the baby daddy brother. Like I was like, huh? And definitely some underdeveloped characters. Tyra, I'm gonna start with you. What were some of the goods for you? What were some of the bads?
Oh man. Like I said, those new actors, I really love the young lady who's the lead here, who was giving us a young Aunjanue Ellis. I thought she was really incredible. I like the look and the tone of this movie. It was very vibrant, very busy, very, very colorful, with those color choices. It had its own identity. And I did like seeing Mekhi and Aunjanue's little young love story, and them kind of go through the trenches. He was a good man, Savannah. He was holding her down, seeing her through. We absolutely love to see it. And let's see, it wasn't a whole lot. I was laughing when I wasn't supposed to be. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It's I on the other hand, I had a little problem with the juxtaposition, because I'm like, am I supposed to be? What Ashley's reaction to me, I feel like the things I thought were funny weren't supposed to be funny, and that's never like a good sign for me. But I wish that the story was a little bit more developed. Don't play on my heartstrings. If y'all gonna take somebody out, add a boy and take him out, okay? Don't have nobody send out of the oak tree, the sycamore tree, to whatever, just to get back up. Don't play with me like that. But yeah, most definitely there were some undeveloped characters, and not just undeveloped. Some of the characters, you could tell that they were a little bit more trained than some of the people standing next to them. And it was like, what? Y'all didn't want to draw that back? Y'all want to roll it again? It's cool. But overall, it's a really decent film, and it does have some strong points where it needs to. But I can't say that I favored anybody else's relationship aside from Aunjanue and Mekhi Phifer, whether young or old. Everybody else's relationship, they could have hung it up.
Definitely, because Barbara Jean. I can't say that, because I like Daddy Lester. Kay, what about you? We know what you liked. Were there any areas of opportunity for you that you saw?
I did like that we got to see some healthy relationships here. I like that part, that not everybody, it was a Black, we had to have a little bit of struggle love in there, but not everybody had struggle love. Unlike Waiting to Exhale, there was some healthy relationships here. there was some some good men here. So I like that part. I like the flashback stories so that we got to see the progression of their friendship. We got to see how they were bonded and how close they became as kids and growing into their adulthood, and how those dynamics changed and some of the resentments and hostilities they were holding with each other. I did not like those wigs.
Oh.
Because I'm like, did y'all borrow those from Tyler Perry Studios?
Lord.
Like, they didn't even try to make them look halfway natural. They look literally like they could have ordered them from Amazon. There was a little extra shiny, wasn't no middle part. I ain't see no scalp. It just looked like they tossed them on top of their heads.
Well, dang.
The budget was lower. Okay, we supposed to ignore that. Act like you didn't see it. Kay said no.
No, it bothered me because it I don't know, for some reason it was just it was standing out too much to me.
This here,
and it took me out of the moment.
I could have gave Aunjanue this one right here. I would have gave her the wig off my back. I swear I would have gave it to her. I would have gave it to her.
Lord have mercy.
Oh yeah, and I didn't know if this was a movie that was supposed to be serious or a comedy. So if I feel like I'm laughing, I'm gonna treat it as such. I have a very dark sense of humor, so I'm not sure. Like Tyra said, if I was supposed to be laughing at some of these things, but I was. So yeah,
I heard y'all loudly laughing at him. I heard it. I heard it. Okay, so let's see. It's time for some games. It's time for some games. And this game is really a hodgepodge of different trivia related to some of the actors, not so much the movie. But we just got to keep it interesting, right? So let's start with the first one. And I want to test you guys and see what you know. In the chat, feel free to participate and give me the answer below. And don't Google it, y'all. For what film did I win an NAACP Image Award? And this is Sanaa Lathan. Was it for A, Brown Sugar, B, Napoli Ever After, C, Something New, or D, The Perfect Guy?
Who this for?
It's for both of y'all. Anybody who knows. Well, I'll go in order. I know you guys go in order. Tyra, we'll go with you first.
Yeah, I don't know about this lady. I don't feel like she would have been rewarded for Something New. Definitely not The Perfect Guy. I would like for it to be Brown Sugar, but they love a good cup uppings. I'm accepting my nappy hair as is type of story. I'm gonna go A for Brown Sugar. I don't know.
Wrong answer. Okay.
I want to say maybe Napoli Ever After because it was based on a book, but The Perfect Guy was a theater release.
Was Something New not a theater release, Kay?
I don't know. Napoli Ever After. I'm gonna give it to that one.
Wrong answer.
Man, Something New, I swear.
Anybody in the chat? Nobody's. Come on, y'all. A, B, C, or D?
I'm gonna go C for 200, Alex.
Nope. Wrong answer.
What? She won
it was for The Perfect Guy. Yes,
oh,
that light skin Michael Ealy. Y'all know how he do. That
was not worthy.
Breeze with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Facts K Bly. Them wigs could have stayed with TP.
Baby.
They could have stayed over there.
I knew it wasn't just me.
It was all of us.
They could have stayed over there.
So
let's meet the director, Tina Mabry. Tina is a native of Tupelo, Mississippi, graduated from the University of Southern California, go Trojans, right? School of Cinematic Arts with an MFA in film production, a true hyphenate. Mabry is an award-winning writer, director, producer for television and film, co-producer, writer, and director for USA's hit Queen of the South, which was a good show. If y'all didn't watch that, it was actually pretty good. Mabry was also a producer, writer, and director on Queen Sugar, which I love the first couple of seasons, created by Ava DuVernay. Mabry's vast episodic directing credits include Insecure, Dear White People, Pose, Grand Army, Women of the Movement, Power, Beast Mode, and The Politician, y'all. So pretty prolific. Tyra even, and y'all go check out Tyra's review on Mississippi Damned, because she's also the creator behind that. The review is really good, child. The movie, yeah, very, very depressing. But I'm excited to see more from Tina. Kay, I'll start with you. Did you know that she was kind of had her hand in so many different places? Were you aware of who she was before this movie?
No, and shout out to Tyra for telling us about that traumatic movie that she made before, which I am probably not going to watch. But yeah, but I'm so glad that this one was a lot more lighthearted than that other one, because good grief. But you go, girl. You get out here in these streets.
What about you, Tyra? Well, we know you knew a little bit about her before.
Yeah, I was really excited with this because I didn't know anything about it. We were watching it was going off. I was like, oh, I know that name. I was really gunning. Even though she has a lot of producer and writing credits for television, I just really was interested in seeing her do another movie, because even though Mississippi Dam is depressing as hell, depressing as all get out, it's based in so much truth for her. So I really was interested to see what she would do once she got behind the camera again, and she didn't have those bounds on her shoulders doing the the process. And I love the fact that it was with this kind of fun, a little carefree type of film. Like this just seems like a good time in comparison to her other experience. So I'm really happy, and I look forward to seeing whatever she does next.
Yeah, if I'm not here for anything else, I'm here for different stories within the diaspora, right? Even if they are a bit whimsical, right? Let's meet the cast. We have the ladies, the older set of ladies, because in this film, you guys, we get to see a friendship over the generations, from teens to adulthood to middle age, really. Again, starring Sanaa Lathan, Aunjanue Ellis, Uzo Aduba. Again, star-studded, and they did what they could with what they had, right? Is that how you feel about the performances, or were there any shining stars for you? I will start with you, Tyra.
Oh, Aunjanue gonna always shine, okay? I don't care what you get that lady a matchbook and 2 words of dialogue. It's just gonna shine through and be something absolutely amazing. I love her in everything that she's ever done. She can do no wrong. Uzo, it wasn't as believable for me. She did what she could. The wig didn't help. I'll say that. When she put on the 27-piece situation, that didn't help at all. I hated what they had her dressed in. I was confused. I didn't know why she had to be buttoned all the way up to the neck and the collar. I know she was trying to give conservative, but it gave stuffed sausage. I didn't like that. I really enjoyed her younger counterpart in comparison to what she did with the role later as, the aged up character. It wasn't my favorite. Sanaa is just, she's going to be Sanaa in everything. It's the same.
It's the same. How about you, Kay? Were there any shining stars from the older cast of ladies here for you?
Yes, Aunjanue she's gonna give it her all in every role, and always has. She's so underrated as an actress. I feel like if it wasn't for this cast, I don't think the movie would have been as good. I think the cast took the script and made it their own, and put they put their talent and their skills into the script. And I feel like if it wasn't for that, like if they would have got some to-be actors, this movie would have just been horrible.
Oh, Lord. And for me, same. I struggled with Uzo's depiction, because I don't think she had a real chemistry with Charles Hornsby. Like, I didn't believe her. I didn't believe they were married. I didn't believe that they had one thing to try. Even with the little weird love scenes, I didn't believe he was tagging that thing right. I didn't believe Two Pump Chump was really getting in there right. You know what I mean? I didn't have it for him. The stripper confrontation, I just didn't have it for my good sis. Sanaa, like hers was one of the characters who had the potential, I think, to have the most depth. And it didn't resonate. You know what I mean? Aunjanue Ellis, of course, she's always, like y'all said, she's always going to shine. She was believable as Miss Odette. Yeah, I mean, that's to be expected. But let's meet these young ladies, honey, because these ladies gave us what they had. And like Tyra said, I was so excited to meet them. I think I had met Tati, right? In
Yeah,
You.
she is the one from You. And Sabrina, the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix.
On Netflix, but she's
Mm-hmm.
also was in Uncharted and The 100. I know that's a
Mm-hmm.
popular series, but beautiful young lady. She plays Barbara Jean as the teenager. Next, we have Kiana Simone, and just like Aunjanue, for me, she was the standout amongst the younger actresses in the role for me. But she's been in All American, Grownish, American Horror Stories, that crazy movie Ma, and Black Lightning. So she is trying to, I guess, get her feet wet in film now, which I'm super excited for. And then finally, the young Clarice was played by Abigail Achiri, who the only thing I recognized was Underground Railroad, the Prime series. She was in 2 episodes of that, but she's been in some other, I think, indie pieces, which I'm excited to see the growth. Kay, I'll start with you. Were you excited to see these babies out there doing their thing in the in the movie?
Yes, that was a very different role from for Tati, because I'm used to seeing her in like thrillers and horrors and stuff like this. So to see her in a dramatic role was really interesting. She was one of my picks to play. What's the name in the Interview of the Vampire? Akasha.
Natasha? Oh, okay.
Because so yeah, it was interesting to see her in this role, and I'm looking like, oh. I didn't know what this is different seeing her acting in this arena versus where I'm used to her seeing. But I actually appreciated the friendship in the younger cast. I feel like they might have hung out behind the scenes because they actually seem like they could be friends. And the other 2 ladies, I feel like I've seen them, but not in enough to like know them. So I'm glad they getting some screen time, and I hope I see them again.
Yes. Tyra, what about you? They said, look at Tyra's face.
Baby, Kiana did what needed to be done. Okay. I immediately resonated with her, and I was just loving she was eating up the scenery. The 2 other young ladies, I think Abigail did great with what she had. She played that role of, well, who am I without a man? In this decade, I need to just drop all my hopes and dreams and be with him. She served. She did it. Miss Tati, baby, what? I just want to know, like, what was the direction? What did they tell her? I understood, that abusive background and kind of tying that into her kind of mousy, quiet demeanor, but there was some questionable things happening there. And she's very capable. I've seen her in You. I've seen her in the Chilling Adventures of, Sabrina. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I felt like there had to be other takes. She had a lot of the drama, especially when they're in the younger age and kind of going through the years, because she was the one going through the most trauma out of pretty much everybody here. So she had a lot of weight to carry on her shoulders and a lot more to act out. And it didn't all follow through for me. And I just wanted her to let her run it again, because I feel like she's capable of giving more. But maybe they were short on film. Maybe they only had 2 takes apiece. I don't know.
I see the direction she was going in. Some parts, I think, namely the accent, really threw me for a loop. I was like, is she trying to give like Whitley Gilbert through this? I didn't always connect with her, but I'm gonna give it up to all 3 of these ladies, and I hope to see them in the future. I'm gonna chalk it up to direction, script, because I mean it made it.
I've seen better from her.
Slow clap. Yeah, I've seen it.
I've seen better.
Well, let's get into the story of it all. You know what I mean? We are about to roll the tape. How did this all start off? Let's see, guys. Let's see the meek.
If you don't want that hand broke, you better get it up off her. You right about me? And my daddy was a Golden Gloves champion. I don't want this asshole's blood all over my Where you?
So this is where everyone meets. So if you guys haven't watched, basically these young ladies meet as teenagers. Clarice and Odette are friends already, right? And find out that they were all really born on the same day and born under different circumstances. Odette was born in a tree. Her mama saw a witch doctor, okay, some witchcraft surgery. Barbara Jean was born in the shake junt. She was born in the floor in the strip club, and Clarice was born as the first Black baby in the all-white hospital. Well, Barbara Jean's mama, Loretta, the whole of the town passed away. And so Odette's mama was like, here's this chicken. Take this chicken over to this baby. Clarice didn't want to go because of the roaches. They go over there and see that Barbara Jean is being SA'd, potentially abused by her stepfather. And so Odette steps in, and that's what begins, this lifelong friendship. Now, this is a word from the creator, because this is based on a novel. With the love and support of their sisterhood, each character undergoes their own journey of self-discovery. It's a beautiful tale of friends that become family and all the obstacles and joys and triumphs and tragedies of life that we go through as human beings. Adds Sanaa Lathan, who plays Barbara Jean. This threesome of strong Black women come together to hold each other up through all and witness each other. Multiple Emmy winner Uzo, who plays Clarice, agrees, adding that the story of the Supremes captures the different stages and phases of friendship, sisterhood, hard times, great times. You get to see them walk through the better and worst and watch what it takes to keep a deep bond together. Author and creator Kelsey Moore adds, I want people to come away from this with a feeling of broader community and that friendship has the power and love has power. I think what's really going to connect the audience is the honesty of it all, Mabry concludes. It's pulling back the veneer and at the same time giving you that space and that latitude to laugh and also to have a place to cry. Aw, aw, aw. So, so soon after that, all of the girls get together, and Odette, being the advocate that she is, gets Barbara Jean to move in with Big Earl, who owns Earl's All You Can Eat, right? And then we kind of fast forward to the future, where my actual favorite person, my favorite character, is introduced. Let me introduce y'all to her real quick, and then we're going to get into these stories a little bit more.
Miss Minnie, let's go back to the diner.
Oh, don't pretend you care. You have wanted me out of the way ever since I married your daddy.
She crazy as hell.
Miss Minnie, for me, was the comic relief throughout the movie. She sprinkled in and out. Tyra, what did you think of Miss Minnie's character?
Justice for Miss Minnie, because they needed to have her on screen just a little bit more. Those are I just really wish they would have committed to, because is this not your kingdom come, death at a funeral vibe? Like, I just wish that they had committed to that, like, wholeheartedly. And the fact that we didn't, I think it did a disservice to the film. I thought she was hilarious, and I would have loved to see that just as much as kind of building their sisterhood. Like, I immediately identified and was like, oh, this is our character. Every time Miss Minnie shows up, it's gonna be a hot mess, and I'm looking forward to it. But she only showed up, once or twice. But that, along with just the young ladies and them getting together, like, I had something to stick with the young Aunjanue, because you need a rider. You need a rider on your team. Like, when she did this, like, come on. I say, oh, Lord. and her little slip, I say, oh, this is everything. I love that sisterhood there. So I don't have to think twice. I mean, I know you from a can of paint, but I'm identifying that this situation is an unsafe one. Get up and come with us. Like, I love that. I love that. But yeah, we needed justice for Minnie. More screen time.
Kay, what did you think of Miss Minnie?
I did want to, because she was the town psychic voodoo lady or whatever. I wanted more. I wanted to see, I don't know, maybe just a few minutes of people going to visit her and her giving them their thoughts were. Like I wanted to see like a line out the door, or I want to see a crystal ball or some tarot cards or something. I want to see how she do that, like how the whole process is. It's like they were telling us a whole lot of this stuff, but not showing us enough of it. And I wanted to like visually see her like in her whole little setup, like people coming in and out, and she giving them these little warnings, or I dreamed this, or I saw this. Because I mean, we get tidbits, but it wasn't. I wish it was enough to satisfy, so we could have really gotten fulfilled with her, because she was definitely a character coming in there, looking like Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, a reverse Elzora Eve's Bayou situation, because she's just straight comedy. I would have been here for that.
Yeah, again, I think it goes into, cause some really underdeveloped subplots, right? Like you said, we heard a lot, but we didn't necessarily see it, y'all. Let's start with Clarice. Clarice was probably my least favorite of the friend group, so I figured why not start here. She's married to Charles, same from BMF, Two Pump Chump, okay, who's really the same character. He's a philanderer, right? Except this Charles has a job and pays bills. That's the only difference. So we meet her very young. She's a classically trained pianist who was given the opportunity to record, right? She was really that good. And she decides to put her hopes and dreams on the back burner, all about Charles, aka Richmond, right? And so they live, I don't know if it's a loveless marriage. They showed us intentionally that they be getting bucky naked, but there is no heat. There is no fire in this relationship. And so her kind of story arc, as far as I'm concerned, was, again, putting her dreams on the shelf and ultimately determining, once confronted with the reality of who her husband is, let me now take this opportunity to reclaim my dreams, my independence, all of that. Again, this story did not resonate for me. Kay, talk to me about it. Did Clarice as a character resonate with you? What did you think of her arc?
I maybe it's just me, but for the life of me, I don't understand, what does it mean to put your life on hold for somebody? Because I don't understand why you can't do what you're supposed to be doing and then still be present with things. Like what is the responsibility that you need to do that's so big that you still can't do you at the same time? Like, what was you doing in the meantime? Like, what was you doing that you couldn't still like do you? Why was there no compromise? No, I have time to do. I'm so confused about that. Like what was you doing?
I think back in those days, the wifing and mothering, but even outside of that, I think she was just scared to lose this piece of man. I think she was scared to lose Richmond. I think that's what it was about. Because why not pursue your dream? He would have been around. Like, where was he gonna go? But I think because
he wasn't even there to lose.
I mean, in her mind, because that was kind of like the conversation we got when he asked her to marry him. Well, all these other girls want him, and family is forever. This dream is fleeting, all of that. Tyra, talk to me about Clarice. Did you like Clarice? Did you resonate with her character?
Hell no. I'm never going to resonate with any of that, because no, I did like the younger Clarice, because you could see the naivete that was happening. I was like, but Two Pump Chump Charles one-ish, even in the teenage years. Like, he wasn't showing up for your recitals, your performances. He was unsupportive. He had a wandering eye. There was never any entrapment to go, you know what? He put up this facade and I married him. And he was like, no, he was never that.
That's why I'm so confused.
He was never that. So it's like, I guess getting into, back then in the standard of uplifting. So I was like, is she with child? Because, if you with child, then this would make sense. Because, you got to do the gunshot wedding. Because we ain't got time to be getting the eyes around the town looking at us any kind of way because we're an unwed mother. But I was like, no, she wasn't with child. She's just don't want to lose this piece of man, as Ashley said. And that's absolutely unfortunate. And I wanted more for Clarice. I'm not going to identify with it. Even in the older age, when she goes to confront, what's the stripper name? Whatever the stripper name was. I'm like, talk to your man. Why are we rolling up on the stripper at the strip club to like, do you know he has a like, ma'am, handle that with your man.
I'm concerned of how the little stripper girl was even crying, because She didn't even step to her in an aggressive manner. She was like, well, I just want you to know that it's not you. He really doesn't care about you. Just in case that you know that it's me, I'm here. That ain't enough to make somebody cry. Like, you gotta threaten somebody's life.
I'm sitting in the chat. I just knew, like, I was like, oh, she must be pregnant or something. Like, there's no other reason why she would just drop. You know how long you gotta practice to be this trained concert-worthy pianist, and we're just gonna drop that to be with this aspiring football player. They just seemed like they really just had a lovely situation, and then they make us suffer through them sex scenes with the sheets up to here. Like, what is happening with the sheets up to here?
It didn't look like nothing was taking place.
The 27 they just laying on top. They planking on top of each other.
Exactly.
I didn't know what was happening. I had don't put that in my face. If we're not gonna commit and really give us the it's like they like, oh, well, we're done. Like, why even show it? Just kiss her and go on about your business, sir. We don't need y'all planking under them sheets.
That's all. That's all.
But yeah, I needed a just a different level of understanding with Clarice, even though I think they all say that, like, all of their mothers were a little like whatever, she's that way because of her mom or just the expectations of family. But I just needed a little bit more to connect with Clarice in that way. And Charles, nobody cared about Charles. Like, Charles was trash from a young age on up. You should have got away sooner.
Well, I mean, and Odette was telling her, Big Earl done told her, everybody gave Clarice a warning at some point. Bree says, it bugs me that all they have Russell Hornsby playing now is the cheating husband. Eddie Sutton would have never. Was that who he was on Lincoln Heights? Because listen, that was the only good role I ever saw him in.
And then I don't think their chemistry helped, because I felt like their chemistry was lacking. So maybe that's where the disconnect happened also. And also the wig. The wig is where I left also. Don't put that on her head.
So bothersome.
Really planking though. That's what it looked about. Like, I was like, this is so dry. This is drier than Maddie and Professor Platt. Like, this is dry.
It was barely. It looked like he rolled over past her to get off the bed. Like, let me roll past you to get up.
Oh my gosh. 61 people in the chat. Thank y'all for being here tonight, y'all.
Even the end, like the ending sex, when he was like, well, let me get your stuff. You're coming home, right? And she's like, no, I'm not coming home. It's like, oh, I'm appalled. You used me. And she had that like, yep, let me lean back and smoke a cigarette because I just did. So I was like, girl, what did you do? You gonna do nothing? Planked again?
And laughed at him like she really like did some work and was like, he said, you used me. Yeah.
Because we're humping. And then we're planking.
Child, easing on down the road. Let's talk about Miss Barbara Jean. From tragedy to tragedy to tragedy. We know when we meet her again, she's being abused by her stepfather. Her mama just passed. Present day, she was taken in by Earl. Present day, Earl done passed away, praying on the side of the bed because he was a good man. They needed to cement that in our minds. Next thing we know, Daddy Dexter, her husband, out of there. And we find out that all of these years ago, her biracial baby got ran off the road by a trucker. Now, Tyra is going to go into baby Kevin Hart. She's going to tell you that Daddy Dexter is old enough to be her literal daddy. And she's probably going to talk to you about how dry this interracial love was. But I'm going to start with her because she got a lot to say, y'all. I already know.
I was trying to hold myself together. I was trying to hold myself together. You cannot put Vondie Curtis-Hall next to Sanaa Lathan and make me believe that that's not her father. Like, father, grandfather. I was confused. I was like, oh, she there with her daddy? Like, who's that? Like, who? Oh, we said, oh, that's the husband. I was like, where? I thought she was, a wet nurse. Maybe she was, helping him along. I didn't know what that was. I said, girl, that's your husband. This is the same man from the beginning. You said, okay, you'll understand it when we see, old school. Like when he rolls up on her and the caddy said, girl, get in. I got some bucks. I was like, all right. I couldn't take him serious because he looked like a young grown Kevin Hart. He looked like Kevin Hart. He sounded like Kevin Hart with some height. There was a disconnect. I'm sorry. You got the old husband there. He falls out on the damn floor. That was hilarious. He goes to, change the light bulb and falls out on the floor. And then you got Sanaa. Oh God. Like, oh. Yeah, that wasn't doing anything for me. And then, he's a good man, Savannah Young Lester. She, of course, we get into the state of Barbara Jean's mental because we got big daddy Lester there. We got a car, we got a job, we got a coin. We willing to take you in all your shortcomings. Girl, you ain't have nothing. You came from nothing. You ain't have nothing. Fine. You had the same wig, but we liked her. Okay, we opt to go in the broom closet with the white boy with chicken feathers coming out of his clothes. I was like, girl. And I understood. She identified, like, that's cute or whatever. Nice ride, Lester. I don't want you. I want to go in here and sleep on this cot with the white boy. All right, because we got, tattoo tears and matching bruises. I'm identifying whatever. The fact that old Lester said, if you impregnated, you run off, that's our baby. I was like, where did they find this man? Where did they find this man? That was beyond a good man, Savannah. At that point, I was like, Kevin Hart, baby, she ain't the only woman in the town. It has to be other broads that you find attractive because I don't get the appeal. But he took care of her all the way. There just wasn't any appeal. And then we get to this baby, this situation here. That plot was handled so sloppily with the I'm pregnant and we're leaving. I'm not telling them, and I didn't care for any of that. I didn't care for that. I would have rather just kind of stuck to Sanaa, Barbara Jean dealing with just all this loss and her alcoholism because of it. But yeah, spread that on somebody else, cracker girl. You're not finna. First of all, you weren't even an option. You weren't even in her peripheral. You came into a dark diner and took her under your wing. Way to go, Grandpa. Nobody else would have done it.
like I said, y'all, again, this is really an enjoyable watch that you don't really have to put on your thinking cap to watch, but there are issues. I don't want anyone to think that we're ripping this to shreds. We're literally just giving, criticism of the film. But I think where Barbara Jean's story suffered is like, if you look at a Still Magnolias or a Beaches, where I think this left out is that in both Still Magnolias and Beaches and any of the other friend movies that you see where they grow up from adolescence to adulthood, we get more meat in the middle. You know what I mean? Like they normally flesh out more of that like 20-something, 30-something. With Barbara Jean's character, I needed to see her struggle with alcohol. I needed at least to see her take a drink after she broke up with the white guy or once she had the baby and was having maybe postpartum. Like I wanted to know more about her journey because it gave like, I want to be this perfect person. But then it's like, what? I don't know, because when she's playing with the liquor bottle present day and Daddy Dexter comes in there and he's like, well, baby, you didn't take a sip. Well, it's like, we never knew that was a struggle for her. We knew her mama might have been a drunk, but we didn't know this about her. I just think they could have taken a little bit more time. And then the murder plot really threw me for a loop because what? You let your baby outside. I'm not letting my baby walk in the South on no dirt country road where white men in pickup trucks chase black people for fun. Never going to happen. Like, I know they was playing spades. They were having a good time. Again, some things were just so unlikely for me. But even when that happens and you confront Chick all this time later, well, you gotta take him out. You gotta take him out. And it's like, what in the world? And then you find out he never really took action. Dexter ain't do it. Kay, talk to me about Barbara Jean. What could they have done to make her character more relatable or more believable to you?
Maybe she was relatable to the to the deadbeat wives, because since people always say we've thrown the men under the bus, I get let's take a moment to drag her because she was terrible for that. Okay, this black man wanted you at the beginning. Okay, he said, I got a little bit of bread. I'm gonna wait for you. I'm gonna take my time. I got a good job. I'm gonna let you do you. I'm gonna be here. I'm supportive. And she said, no, I'm gonna go over here for the white tea. Okay.
She wanted that. She wanted that white meat. She literally the white meat. She wanted that.
And then
chicken.
you get one that's a struggling one. Okay, you didn't even go for the one that's got the bread. She said, "I'm gonna go get a struggling white man with a racist family," and then get mad when the racist family targets your child. Oh, what a surprise! Where does that even happen at in the South? I never knew that was a possibility.
Did he know it was the child though? That I don't even think we, get clarification on that. Because we do have that scene with the truck and the black boys in the beginning. It's just like, oh, these are the, local town racists who are trying to run black people over every opportunity they get. Did he even know that was the brother child? Or was he just trying to hit a random, young black child?
If that child looked mulatto, he might have had some reservations about it. He might have said this is a possibility. It's a possibility that this child is the product of somebody shacked up interracially. So, when you get involved in stuff like that, then you take this child and then you go back over here with this man after you done trauma bonded with this white man. Then you tell him about the baby after the baby is gone. Then you go back after you tell this man to get rid of the person that murdered your son. Then you go right back over to the black man. No, none of that is admirable at all. No, you're right. This is a moment to say you was raggedy for that. You were raggedy heifer for that.
She was damaged, Kay.
But if you so damn, then you stay away from the men who are actually the good men and leave them to the undamaged.
Well, he saw her out. He knew everybody was. He saw that woman out. One thing she didn't do was hide. I was questioning, his well-being, his thought process, that he was pressing up on her so hard. Like she already didn't show too much interest, but with everything they had been through and all the loss, she lost the husband. I think they had tried to have.
She ain't even love that man this whole time. You see how long it took? How long did it take her for what's the old man name? Lester. How long was it Lester was deceased before she went over and said, "Oh, the white man is here. He was here the whole time, and you ain't say nothing." How long was it? 2 weeks? 3 months? It wasn't even a year.
When Aunjanue was on the deathbed, when she thought she was on a deathbed, she said, "You need to go and make them situations right." So she went and found the white team.
Lester's body wasn't even cold in the grave yet. Okay, wasn't even cold. She ain't loved that man enough to say, let me grieve for a minute. She took her a couple of sips and went on and said, "You know what?
Yeah,
let me go back to my real true love."
Supposed to be giving, like femme fatale, fatal beauty type thing. Like she's just suffering because everybody just finds her so attractive, and
Lester, stand up.
They didn't care about their trauma. He didn't care about nothing she had going on. Girl, I'm trying to take you in and take care of you. That's all
he said. We ain't even got to take our clothes off to have a good time. He said, "Baby girl, just come with me. I just want to take care of you." He was a really good man, and I think she needed that nurturing. I just hate how, I don't know. I didn't like the whole racist chicken coop scene. I I thought that was poorly executed. I don't know. The peeing on herself in the car, like, you pissy heifer, like you can't even get from point A to point B, like she's drunk driving, like it was just but the pee sent it over the edge. The pissy dress.
She had to be drinking before then, because you don't just all of a sudden start drinking when the man that you don't even love passes away. You ain't start drinking just all of a sudden and go from 0 to 100 and be that sloppy drunk.
I just felt sorry for Lester. He had been putting up that all the way up into his old age.
Justice for Lester.
Lester, listen, he gonna take it. He gonna take it. She dished it out. He wanted her. He loved her down, took care of her, everything. Loved her. He would drink her bath water, as the old folks used to say back in the day. Let's get on off of Barbara Jean, and let's play our game. I want to know from the chat, and I want to know from you two ladies, what movie did you love him most in? Let's talk Mekhi Phifer. Did you like him in Paid in Full? My man Mitch, right? Money Making Mitch, or Soul Food? I'm going to start with UK. What say you?
I mean, he was playing like a hood Negro in both movies, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like all the way hood and Paid in Full. So I'm gonna go with Paid in Full. Like, if we gonna commit to being
are you
hood,
telling us something, Kay?
If we don't commit to it, just let's go all the way.
He got, what is it? What will Beyonce and them say? He got a something mentality with street credibility or something like that. How the song go, y'all? I think you're confessing, Kay. I think you're telling us some things. Tyra, what say you? Paid in Full or Soul Food?
Oh, child, paid in full. Money making Mitch brought them tears from the heavens about that baby. Okay, everybody's dead. B, they dead. I put that on everything. Like, you dead. Everybody who owes me money, they're fucking dead. It's gonna always be paid in full. Them tears came from Jesus himself. Love.
Oh, and he was so fine and Paid in Full. Soul Food, I didn't, but Paid in Full, that was Mekhi. That's prime time Mekhi. What say y'all in the chat? Okay, let's see.
Why you ain't put 8 Mile up here?
Oh, girl. Up here.
You playing games. Javaris Pinnick. Am I pronouncing that right? Javaris, Paid in Full. Okay. Bree says Paid in Full. He shines more in that movie. Darfalina says Paid in Full. TP says, a young lady literally asked me to drink the water. Now, TP, you in here cutting up already.
Somebody always asks TP to do something, or left TP. You always got a story for something.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Paid in Full, Soul Food. He was a bum with a temper. Listen, I feel you, pretty girl.
Oh was a good movie, Dane. That was a good one.
Oh, yeah. That was like the modernized Othello, right? That he was in with Josh Hartnett.
Over there with Julia Stiles, child.
She was in some movies, and wasn't she? She had an era. She had an era. Okay, now we are in to Miss Odette, which of course is my favorite character. Again, what almost to a fault, but here I don't mind on the nose characterizations when they're executed properly, right? And one thing about it, she was gonna stick beside this character. She was Odette through and through from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie. I do like how we got to see her journey, because paralleling Clarice, I mean, not for the same reasons. I think hers were more based out of fear. She didn't go after her dreams either, right? We find out that she had wanted to go to take this nursing exam so that she could be a nurse. And when Barbara Jean pops up pregnant, she puts that to the back burner, and 30 years later has never gone to take that test and just kind of settled for being the lunch lady at school. We kind of see her being there for everyone else, being the strong friend. And one day she is diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and she's going to do it by herself. She didn't even tell her good husband, James. Hear me, okay? And so she's doing chemo, all the things. And of course, because he's a good man and an observant husband, he, finds out what happened. She tells him. Ultimately, the friend group finds out, but their lives are falling apart too. Clarice, husband cheating on her with Cherokee, Angel, Honey from BMF, if y'all watch BMF. And Barbara Jean pissing on herself. So once they find out, they're gonna rally around her, but ultimately they can't even do that right? She gotta figure out her own way to die too. She said, they teach you how to live, but nobody taught her how to pass on. And so now we see her struggling. I'm gonna start with UK. What did you think of Odette and her arc in this movie?
She was my absolute favorite. The only thing I didn't like about her was that now you chose to be a lunch lady instead of going to nurse school. Now come on now I see you could put it off, but you really just abandoned your whole dream, just the whole thing. That is kind of like unbelievable that you would just not pick it back up or do something in a approximation of that. But other than that, I love the relationship she had with her man. I think that somebody needed to hear the truth in the friend circle, because they was nobody was standing on business at this point, and somebody had to say something, and it took for her to be on her deathbed to speak her mind, to let them know, y'all acting up, y'all acting ridiculous. I don't need this in my life right now. Y'all being real toxic. Y'all relationships are toxic. This is not the place that I want to be right now. So y'all can take that somewhere else. I'm gonna set this boundary. Good for you, Odette.
Yeah, I know it feels unbelievable today in 2024, Kay, but for a long time, people didn't feel, and I won't even just relegate it to just women alone. A lot of people felt and didn't pursue their dreams and put it on the back burner for whatever reasons. You know what I mean? Tyra, what do you think about Miss Odette putting her dreams on the back burner? And what did you think about her arc in this movie?
I thought that was out of character for her. With how strong-willed she is, and how passionate she is and outspoken she is in every other aspect of her life. And it's kind of painted as, oh, this situation happened with Barbara Jean, and we just never kind of quite went back to it. And of course, there's that comment with her mother, like, what do you mean? And then we have little baby, little husband down there being supportive, gave a little stethoscope and everything. Like it was there. I needed more as to why she just dropped that forever and opted to be a lunch lady. That was a little strange to me. But
Right.
the husband was husbanding, okay? The husband was doing what needed to be done. He was doing what needed to be done. I did like her being that, strong shoulder, I'm going to tell it like it is friend. But I did also want her to have some freedom. I said a whole lot about her husband or their relationship or just Odette as a person, that you got whole cancer and you don't even want to tell your husband. You didn't want to tell your husband. We want to tell your friends. Like, even that autonomy she tried to have as a person when it comes to something as serious as, life-threatening as cancer, the fact that, like, you got to go out, the strong Black woman, I don't need nobody. I understood, I want to die on my own terms and in my own way. But it was just kind of, I can do it all by myself. And which I guess would be a product of the time. But yeah, I just like, girl, you better tell your husband. You don't tell nobody, girl, tell your husband. But I really enjoyed her character the most. And yeah, somebody needs to say something in the friends group. Somebody needs to say something in the friends group. And if it wasn't going to be her, it wasn't going to be anybody else. But at the same time, it shouldn't have to wait, till I'm about to be out of this world to be like, oh, what, my husband is a hoe. I should, probably do something about this. I should probably get away from this man. I should probably go, after my own ambitions, or even, old Sanaa back there trying to get sober at the last minute or whatever she did. Go over there with Chippy, Churchy, baby chick. Yeah, go on over there and find. She went over there and found Cole. Those storylines didn't do what they needed to do. If Odette was not here, I don't know what we would have done.
Yeah. And I like them. Because people are multifaceted, and I think people can appear on the outside to have it all together and be strong and be, reassured about everyone else's situations. Well, they always say check on the strong friend. I think this was a demonstration of that, how in every other area of your life you can have it together. But I don't know. It just, I did want more for Odette. I did want her, especially after everything, maybe to consider approaching that. So we find out, of course, at the end that she's got the cancel. She got the big C, and she decides that she wants to go out on her own terms. She lets everybody know. Listen, you guys go. She gives them all assignments, right, to get them out the hospital room. And she says, I'm going to go under this tree, the sycamore tree, I believe is what it was, that she was born in, and she's going to go out in her own way. So let's watch. Let's see her. Let's see her going out.
I know. I was supposed to be born fearless, but that was actually a damn lie.
In case y'all didn't see it, I'll run it. I'll run it one more time just for good measure.
What?
I know. I was supposed to be born fearless, but that was actually a damn lie.
Sorry, why would they do that?
Listen,
like get up, fool. It ain't your time yet.
I mean, shout out to the 74 people in the chat on a Wednesday night to talk Supremes and Earl's All You Can Eat. But again, this is the levity, right? She was ready to do it on her terms. She said it was her time, but God said different. Kay, talk to me about that scene. And I mean, were you here for the laughter? Were you here for the comic relief? Because I'll say this, the first time I watched the movie, up to that point, I was crying. Like, I cried when Barbara Jean, Big Daddy Lester died. I cried. I was emo. I was like, dang, she already had a mama. She already lost a mama. Earl was the only man who loved her proper. Then Big Lester, he done took care of her. He's gone. I felt it. And so with Odette, I said, no, we need Odette. We need her. I'm not ready for her to go this way. And then when the pine cone came down and he said, it's not your turn. Maybe it's not your time. How did you feel about it? Were you here for the comic relief, Kay?
When they wrote this, I'm like, what was y'all thinking? Like, we just gonna really hit them real hard with this death scene. And being that Aunjanue is such a great actress, we know she was gonna sell it. Like, we thought she had made her final resting place right there. And the damn pine cone fell. And she looked up like, what the hell? I'm still alive. And the way I was thinking, I'm like, she's a zombie. I'm like, wait, is this what am I watching here? Is that what's about to happen? Did this jump genres in the movie? Is she dead? Did she come back to life? Is she undead? Did she wake up dead? And then no, she just laying there like she was dead, and then was just not. You're not a squirrel, girl. Stand up. Stop playing with us.
Tyra, were you here for the comic relief? What?
The dumbest thing I've seen in a long time. The dumbest best thing I've seen in a long time, because I was already laughing. Because just the whole situation, you got Charles over there. Like, is she dead yet? Do I need to put her body in the trunk? Like, that was already funny in itself. Him over there with those ugly cries. Then you like, girl, you wasn't that bad to begin with. If all it took was a fall from the sycamore nut to get you back up, like that just didn't. That was ridiculous. And just even Anjanue's. So what? Get this out of my face! Don't ever put that in my face again. This is a one and done film for me. I have no interest in revisiting, because like that was comical. I equate that to the scene in Kingdom Come where they're trying to like that. Why they got ballerina shoes on daddy feet? Like, girl, why you on the ground? Why are you on the ground? Get up. There wasn't even a sycamore tree. It was a pine cone. Like it was just comedy. Like I just wanted her to get up immediately. Normally with these movies, which I guess, they were being different, or, the novel, Aunjanue dies. Her character, Odette, dies. And, we have people have, those whole revelations, start living differently, choosing differently because they've lost such a big part of their lives. It's a wake-up call for everybody. She doesn't. She doesn't. It's just like, I just had a little cancer. I'm straight. Just a little scare. Like, okay, well, girl, get your ass up from under that tree.
Lord have mercy. Now, TP, you're wrong. You're wrong. She looking like Uncle Charles in Bone Thugs video. Sir, I miss my Uncle Charles, Kitty Cat said. She did give Crossroads. Listen, y'all, she was on her way out. But thank you for the 76 people who are here. Let's see Miss Aunjanue Ellis for a moment, and just kind of celebrate her work, because she is accomplished and a super talent. You know what I mean?
movie on her back.
Listen. I'm excited for everything I see her in. I'm still gonna watch. You know what I mean? If I see her name, I'm gonna watch it. But another little question here: what was her name in Lovecraft Country? She had a unique name. Okay, was it Aphrodite?
Hippolyta.
See, she got one. She know one answer. All of a sudden, she just can't wait.
Because y'all be having me look real ignorant up here, so I'll be excited when I get one. Now, where is my sweet perspective tumbler? Do we have?
Oh, yeah.
When
we get a merch, you'll get a sweet perspective on the struggle cup.
We don't have merch yet, friend, but merch should be coming. We should get some Sweet Pea merch or some tack merch. To get out. I'll work on it. FUBU short set.
Don't look for no struggle merch.
I mean,
see, at least Ashley made me a promise to something so I could look for it. Be on the lookout.
But before we go, I did just want to shine a light, of course, on the men. You know what I mean? Vondie Curtis-Hall, Mekhi Phifer, Russell Hornsby. I mean, to be honest, Vondie wasn't in the movie a whole long time.
He died because he was old. He got an old age.
Mekhi was, and he did a decent job. I mean, for everything that it was. And again, it was better than a Lifetime movie for me. And like I said, I think this is a good, you could do this as a comfort watch. I don't know if I'll watch it again. I've already watched it twice. I don't know if I'll watch it again. Kay, we already know Tyra won't, but Kay, would you watch it again?
With somebody that maybe haven't seen it. Now, for me to just watch it on my own, probably not. But if somebody else didn't see it and I was there, then I would watch it with somebody else.
Okay. I mean, and same. If I was just like, oh, you got to see this part, I would definitely pop it up there. But shout out to the men. Shout out to Black actors working. You hear me? I'm going to support it every single time and still say y'all should watch it. And this is the final question of the night because the white, and, I wanted to, Julian McMahon, I've watched him for a long time in several shows, but where do you know him from? A, Another World. B, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the show. C, Avengers Endgame. Or D, Pip Tuck.
Baby, where is Charmed? I don't know him from none of that. Where is Charmed, girl? That is cold.
Okay, you went too far. Charmed was too easy, Tyra. What you know him from? What you know?
Wait.
Okay, you already.
that was a D.
Yeah, we'll take Pip Tuck.
No, Pip Tuck is not it. No.
Buffy.
No.
What?
Come on, y'all.
Another World?
It was Another World. A.
You take me away
what is that?
to another world.
What is that?
It was a soap opera. It used to come on before Days of Our Lives.
Oh, no.
That is Cole from Charmed, and I don't want to hear nothing else about it.
Ain't nobody even seen that.
That's exactly what it was, y'all. But that's really it overall. Again, drop it in the comments. Let us know if you watched it and what you thought of it. Would you watch it again? Again, I'm going to support everybody Black. But we're going to be honest, right, about our true thoughts of it. I want more stories to be told. So, I mean, if this is the journey at, Earl's All You Can Eat. But drop it in the comments. Let us know. But before we get out of here, I want to let the ladies tell you what they have going on. So let me ease on down the.
Hey. What do I have going on? I just released a review for Longlegs. Oddity will be the next movie that I review. Tomorrow we have Love is Blind. Then Reasonable Doubt Friday. Maybe Bel Air on Saturday. Definitely the horror panel on Saturday evening. The movie Deliverance is coming out on Netflix. We will be reviewing that one on Sunday. And make sure y'all come back here, especially on Tuesday. Season finale, Interview of the Vampire, season 1. We got to dress up and act a fool a little bit. So hit that subscribe button. Y'all, I am this close to my 1K. So I need y'all to go and hit that subscribe button right now. More foolishness to come.
Hello. Y'all already know what's up. Yesterday is Interview with the Vampire. So go and run up that video. Be on the lookout for next Tuesday. It'll be the last time in a long time before we get season 3 that we will be discussing Interview with the Vampire. And we will also, get into some cosplay. So be on the lookout for that. Let's see. Reasonable Doubt is coming up. Love is Blind UK is tomorrow, I believe. Reasonable Doubt is Friday. And then later on that Friday night will be an additional Fine Man Live. So if you have not been in attendance for those, be looking out for that. And I'm going to try to upload a Deliverance video. If y'all see a Deliverance upload from me, that means my channel is in working order and we can get back to regularly scheduled programming. So let's hope y'all see a Deliverance video from me this week. That's it.
And well, y'all, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. And if you haven't watched it, go check it out. Go support the Black folk. You know what I mean? The Supremes at Earl's, all you can eat, and at least laugh. You know what I mean? At least get that good old laughter at the end of it. But thank you guys so much for being here. And we will see y'all in the next video.